that we can start.
Okay, okay.
Okay, sir. Good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to the episode 2 of poetry reading session. So today we have our guest, Mr. Arvind Kumar Choudhary, who is a poet. So I welcome you, sir, for today's great platform where we are eagerly waiting to listen to your poems. Creative Writing Modern Age is a platform which provides the poets to recite their poems and showcase their talent of writing skills as well as their reciting skills. So, all those poets who are interested in poetry or any kind of literary works can join us on our platform and can email us on creativewritingmodernage@gmail.com. So, I would like to give a brief introduction of our very special guest, Arvind Kumar Chaudhary. So he has got not only 2 out of 12 of his poetry collections, Majuli, the Vatican City of Assam, and Mother India included for the graduate and postgraduate courses in English at Sivsagar University, Assam, but also awarded with the crown of Universal Ambassador of Peace from Poetry and the Phrasal King in Indian English Poetry by Geneva-based President Gabriel Simon of Duo Organization Universal Ambassador Peace Circle and Universal Peace Embassy and Indian Creative Milo. The approved research synopsis of the aspects of love and relationship in the selected works of Mr. Arvind Kumar Chaudhary has been going on in the Pacific University of Rajasthan. As a seasoned poet, Dr. Chaudhary has been interviewed in a number of Indian English daily newspapers such as the Daily Guardian, the Hans India, the Hitavada, the Heaven Mail, the Precious Kashmir, and many other, excluding various magazines in America, Romania, Albania, Bangladesh, and Malta. Presently, Dr. Chaudhary has been heading the Department of English at Rangsahi College, Majuli. That was a great introduction of our guest, Mr. Arvind Kumar Chaudhary. So now I would like him to recite one of his favorite poem with us. We are eagerly waiting to hear you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Good evening to all poetic fraternity, news lovers, verse shooters, and fellow friends. I am pleased to have with you all on this platform today. This is the reason I thank my friend Mehjabeen and all those associated with this platform. I am going to recite my poem from Mother India. Mother India that has already been prescribed for the postgraduate courses, as she has told you, at Sivsagar University, Assam. Mother India. That is a very small poem, just a sort of in a nice version of sonnet it is, that contains only 14 lines. India, India is the mother. India is the mother for a man of sensitive thought. India is the mother for a man of sensitive thought. India is a land of peace for a man of viper thought. India is the land of peace for a man of viper thought. India is the capital of the guardian angels. India is the capital of the guardian angels, where various doctrines become time's best jewels. India is the cultural capital. India is the cultural capital where Sangam cultures adhere with the passage of time. India is the yoga capital where shaping soul becomes time's best laurel. India is the religious capital. India is the religious capital where various religions blossom together for its citadel. India is a land of Tom, Dick, and Harry. India is a land of Tom, Dick, and Harry, where luminary, where luminary turns the century for the success story of Mary. Indianness was the mission of Mahatma like bird of passage. Indianness was the mission of Mahatma like bird of passage who lived and died for the sake of Mother India. India is a land of top grain where the Iron Man takes the bull by its horns. India is the wisdom capital, where saintly faces perfume the passage for the philomel. India is a land of milk and honey. India is a land of milk and honey, where cultural heraldry attracts more files than vinegar. India is the virgin territory where invaders become starry for many a gentry. India is a wonderful land where mythical meridian makes as proud as peacock amidst many a fairyland. Hindustan is a terrain of Manmohan, where saintly faces become starry amidst many a Duryodhan. India is a land of fancy men. India is a land of fancy men where people have become as tactician as Krishna. And last stanza I again quoted Indianness was the mission of Mahatma like bird of passage who lived and died for the sake of Mother India.
That was really lovely, sir. Sir, I just noticed that in your every line, you talked about all the various aspects of India. You talked about our culture, you talked about our gods, you talked about the values India holds. Sir, what is that one thing about India which attracts you the most towards your country? Because, sir, we all have that one thing which we are very proud of. What is that particular thing about India according to you?
India is the cultural capital of the world. Economically, we may be in crisis, but however, culturally we are prosperous, we are rich. And there will be no exaggeration if we call India the cultural capital of the world. Because
Okay.
whenever you go outside India, they lack the cultural things. Only we have mastery over cultures. This is the reason I call the common man, the common herd, as the cultural ambassador. They are not the ordinary men, they are the cultural ambassador because they have already inherited the cultural ethos from the forefathers, from ancestors, from books, from society, from surroundings. So culturally, we are very prosperous.
Okay,
And
yes, sir.
this is the one thing we must give to the world society.
Yes, sir.
You see,
Sir, yes, sir. Means whenever we talk about like scientific research, normally the bigger countries criticize us that we are actually lagging behind. So, do you think it's true? Because you just explained that India is rich in its culture, but do you think from other aspects India is still lagging behind? And why do you think India is lagging behind? What is the reason? Is it the government or the people?
I don't talk about the government. Our literature has nothing to do with the government. We are talking about our social ethos, our cultural ethos, our religious ethos that we have people have already inherited from our religious books, from our forefathers, from ancestors, from books, and we still are addicted to all these things. This is the reason I tell you again and again that culturally we are rich. Culturally, India is rich. Economically, we are poor, no doubt. India is a poor country, no doubt. I don't disobey this. However, we can claim that India, by culture, is prosperous and no can compete with us in the world. So far, cultural aspects is concerned.
Okay. Thank you so
I
much, sir.
I
Uh,
would like,
yes, sir.
you see, one thing I would like to tell you, I have read so many poems written by great scholars of India. Unfortunately, most of our poets, those who belong to metropolitan cities, particularly they belong to 18th means decade, 18th, 17th, or likewise, they lack Indianness in the true sense of the term. They have already versified good poem. The poem is very good, nice, but they lack Indianness. So I expect from all Indians that Indianness must reflect through your writings. Only then this is the value of Indian writing in English. Otherwise, there is no value of such sorts of writings because you can take example of the flowers. If flower is original, it exudes fragrance. If the flower is made of plastic, there will be no fragrance. So in Indian poets, Indianness must run wild.
Yes,
This
sir,
is
definitely.
this is the soul of Indian writing in English. Indianness is the soul of Indian writing in English. People should not forget it. Though many of our fellow colleagues try their best to imitate the Western style of writing, Western style of versification. Sometimes they try their best to abide by American tradition or British tradition or Canadian or Australian or likewise. So nowadays, no one can appreciate it. This is not fair. So far, the essence of Indian writing in English is concerned.
Yes, sir, definitely. Sir, I would like to move on to the next question. Sir, every poet has a motivation, has a particular topic which is their favorite topic. They love writing about that topic. What is it one topic? Because as far I know, so you wrote about the Assam, you wrote about our India, but I still want to know what is it one topic which fascinates you the most?
Cultural ethos of India always haunts my mind time and again. Whenever I am going to write on any topics, maybe related with various aspects of Assam, of India, of even love, cultural ethos predominates all through my writings.
Yes, sir, definitely beautiful, sir.
Cultural dominance you can find from alpha and omega of my verse.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so we would like to move on to the next poem.
Okay, again I recite my next poem. I am going to recite my next poem from The Forgotten Champion. Just I got it published. So this is the opening poem, The Forgotten Champion. Hindustan is a terrain of good turn. Again, we come on India. Hindustan is a terrain of good turn where citizens abide by the point of no return. Where citizens abide by the point of no return for the lantern of the subaltern amidst many a turn of the Saturn. India is a Hindustan is a terrain of good turn where citizens abide by the point of no return for the lantern of the subaltern amidst many a turn of the Saturn. India is the pattern of glitter where denizens turn for the golden pattern from eastern to western amidst many a jack-o'-lantern. Aryavart is the eastern citern where the humanitarians grace the extern from stem to stern amidst many a turn of the subaltern. How can one abide by its pattern? How can one abide by its pattern amidst many a storm lantern? How can one abide by its pattern amidst many a storm lantern?
That was really beautiful, sir. So I can sense patriotism in you. You are a true patriot, actually, because all your poems like are mostly about your country, your land, and it's really beautiful to hear you. Sir, you compared the citizens of our country with the pattern of Saturn. Sir, would you explain that? Why did you use that particular
Oh,
phrase?
the sentence is citizens abide by the point of no return.
Okay,
Cities where citizens abide by the patterns of no return. Once fixed, fixed forever. Once decided, decided forever. Once devoted, devoted forever. For the lantern of the subaltern, for the enlightening of the subaltern people, deprived voices, those who are the deprived voices, unheard melodies, amidst many a turn of the Saturn. There are so many Saturns, means hurdles. Sunny, in spite of all these things, India is progressing day by day. Indians are progressing rapidly. There are many hurdles, many types of hurdles. In spite of all these hurdles, India is going on. Indianness is running wild. This is the essence of the verse.
yes, it is really beautiful. Sir, we would like to know about your published poems. Like, okay, would you like to talk to us about your recent published poems or the published poems of yours?
Just you see, just I got it published. The Forgotten Champion.
Okay,
The Forgotten Champion. Just I got it published from Authors Press, New Delhi, and
okay, congratulations, sir.
it highlights the adventurous story of Lachit Borphukan. I think certainly you have heard the name of Lachit Borphukan, who was the general of Ahom Kingdom of
Yes, sir.
Assam. It was he who has who has given a befitting reply to Ram Singh, the general of Aurangzeb at that time. And in the Sarai Ghat war, they were forced to vacate this island, this land, this territory. So his position is at par with Shivaji or Bir Kumar Singh or Maharana Pratap or such warriors of the country. Unfortunately, his name was not included in the list of the great warriors of India. Nowadays, he has already been established. The government has done a lot of work, and this is the first maiden poetry collection in English on him, Lachit Borphukan. This is the maiden poetry collection in English on Veer Lachit Borphukan. He has
Okay,
remained the
so
champion of the champions.
okay, sir. Sir, would you like
So,
to read a poem from that newly published book?
may I read another one?
Sir, yes, from the newly published book, we would like to hear a poem from our hero of Assam. We all know, Lachit Borphukan.
One thing I would like to quote: his maternal uncle was not dutiful on the eve of the Saraghat war.
Yes, sir.
So he becomes angry with his maternal uncle,
Yes.
and he was in a position to fight with Ram Singh, the general of Mughal.
Mughals, yes.
Situation was critical. So he all on a sudden becomes angry and kills his own maternal uncle, and he says, my country is more important than my uncle. His dialogue is, My country is more important than my uncle. And he immediately cuts the throat of his maternal uncle. He is now no more, his uncle is no more, and all the soldiers were deeply frightened. And in the night, the bridges were made, and all his tasks were carried on. Next day, war begins, and he becomes the winner of the war, Saraighat War. He has been called the champion of the Saraighat War. So there will be no exaggeration if we can compare him with Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna has killed Kansa, his own maternal uncle. So there is some source of resemblances. Though
Yes,
he
sir.
is only the general, would I like to quote another one? Hmm.
Yes, sir. Surely, we are eagerly waiting to hear from you.
Bharat Khand. You understand, Bharat Khand, India has been known with a number of names since from the beginning. Bharat Khand is a nation of goodwill mission. Bharat Khand is a nation of goodwill mission where Mahasen arises to the succession for the excursion of the drinking session amidst many a session of incursion. Al Hind is an open question where the sense strike sparks out of person for the Rudras of the Nagbhushan amidst many a red-haired person. This Naviverse is an area of exhibition where men avoid aversion from suspension to impression amidst many a towering passion. How can one rise to the appreciation? How can one rise to the appreciation amidst many a session of suppression? Amidst many a session of suppression. This is the second
Right.
one. And if time permits, then I can read some more points. That is the small point.
Sure, sir.
Just
We have a lot of time.
uh, the messenger of peace, Mahatma. I have already written about Mahatma Gandhi, father of nation. Mahatma is an essence of peace. Mahatma is an essence of peace who attains unprecedented excellence for the fragrance of the conscience amidst many a disobedience. Gandhi is a man of high tide. Gandhi is a man of high tide who sails against the tide for the guide of national pride amidst many a jackal and height. Bapu is at the top of the tree. Bapu is at the top of the tree who brings the Britishers to the knees for the sake of fancy free amidst many a BGB. How does the father introduce a new lease of life? How does the father introduce a new lease of life amidst many a strife of knife? I have already written a poem on love, a small poem it is. Laila Majnu treasure is beyond measure for that figure. Laila Majnu treasure is beyond measure for that figure who sets the world on fire for the soap of love everywhere amidst many a sorry figure. Love is a blessing in disguise. Love is a blessing in disguise for that dark horse who brings the house down for the sake of the burst of applause amidst many a lame excuse. Radha Krishna estate is beyond dispute. Radha Krishna estate is beyond dispute for that fortunate who strikes the right note for the aeolian lute of the poor and white amidst many a backbite of the elite. How can one abide? How can one abide by this blank check amidst many a laughing stock? How can one abide by this blank check amidst many a laughing storm. The next small poem is The Father of the White War. The Bodhnagar swan is the charged water who goes through cold water, through fire and water, amidst many an uncharted water. This gender is a wonder of spring water. This gender is a wonder of spring water who pours oil on troubled waters between wind and water amidst many a ditch water. This blue star is a man of first water who holds water for the running water through fire and water amidst many a standing water. How can one hanker after this rock star? How can one hanker after this rock star amidst many a fish in troubled waters?
That was great, sir. So I thought you write poems about country, write poems about land, but it's really nice to hear that you write poems on all kinds of genre. It was really beautiful, sir. Sir, is are any kind of publications coming up? Like, are we expecting more publications from you?
Yeah, yeah, certainly. By this year, some more poetry collections you will see the limelight.
Okay, sir, we'll be eagerly waiting to hear those from you again. So,
Certainly,
sir,
sir.
we have yes, sir. So, sir, we have come to the end of the session today, and it was really beautiful to be present in front of such a great poet like you. It was my pleasure. So, we are really happy to have you, sir, today. So, with this, we are ending up the session. We have our ma'am, Rachna ma'am, also here. Ma'am, would you like to say something?
Yeah, Mehjabeen, it was awesome. To listen to Aravind sir. I couldn't stop myself. Normally, sir, it's actually Mehjabeen's session. She always takes, but I was behind and listening to your poems, which you have composed very nicely about the country. I couldn't stay back, so I thought I'll just join in and say thank you so much for reciting your poems for us in our platform. This will be inspiring for a lot of people because that is what we intend to do with our platform. And we encourage the young skills to come up to express themselves because that is the right way of voicing out, which you have told that writing about country. We have shifted to metropolitan cities, but somewhere we are forgetting the roots, the love for our country, for generations, which we have upholded, the passions that should come out now. And our host Mejabin is a very younger generation, so I want that these people, they should uphold the skills and learn from poets like you, that what is really in store of the generation for us. Thank you so much, sir. And Mejbin, you're really doing awesome work, and I'm
Thank
looking
you, ma'am.
forward with your more interaction with great poets. You are doing it so nicely, and they're all established poets. The way you are talking with them, it's like commendable, Mejbin. I should say you're doing great work. Thank you so much, sir, for giving your valuable time. We expect more such, rendering your poems in our platform too, and with several genres which you are occupying. It's really an honor for us. Being a poet myself, and I am also, and we have signed an alumni with the Bongaigaon College also. So I
Uh,
take online lectures with Bongaigaon College for English.
yeah,
So it's great to hear from you that you're from Shivsagar. So my land, I am right now from Mumbai, but I was born and brought up in Assam. So
uh,
I couldn't stop. So I had to
uh,
come and say thanks to you personally. So it's really great, and we want more such poets to join us in this platform and inspire the younger generation with their work of art, where they can voice out their feelings in a very calculated way, where we are able to express ourselves as well as say what we want to say in a very nice way. So that is a lookout. And thank you so much, sir, once again for being there in our platform and always keep motivating us. Thank you, Majibin. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much,
Thank
ma'am. Thank you so much, sir.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. Time.